in my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me.
And now we come to yet another episode of A Moment with the Mikeness, where we all sit down and we ask the age-old question, who the hell gave that guy a digital camera? Now, after playing around with last week's, pilot episode, looks like I'm stuck using this for the camera, but apparently my tongue doesn't work this week. What are you going to do, because I refuse to edit or do retakes or any other such thing. Anyway, basically, yeah, I played around with using my webcam, and unfortunately that didn't work. Well, let me rephrase. It'll work when I decide to do a tribute to badly dubbed kung fu movies, but until then we're going to stick with this. Anyway, main thing I really wanted to do was a little something I used to write called a random review, which is basically where I randomly decide to review something. In this case, I'm giving my opinion of Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Now, last weekend I had what I'm calling Indie Fest 2008, which basically entailed spending the weekend watching all 4 Indiana Jones movies. Now, having done that, I've learned something very important here, which is that essentially, in order to have a good Indiana Jones movie, here's what you need. Crazy action scenes, a fun story, and really, really obvious blue screen usage. And I liked Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but at the same time I didn't like it, if that makes any sense. It did have a few problems, and the main one being that it suffers from what I think I'm going to call the Simpsons effect. For those of you who may not remember the Simpsons movie, there's this whole thing where most reviewers essentially seem to be of the opinion that for something that was 20 years in the making, they expected a lot more from it. The Simpsons movie was essentially a 90-minute Simpsons episode, which not a bad thing, but again, you expect more from it. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, it's pretty much the same deal. There was a good story to it. It was just, I kind of felt like they had 20 years to write the script, so come on. Harrison Ford pretty much picked up right where he left off with Indy. The man slid right into the role rather easily. I'll give him all sorts of credit for that. I again also have to give plenty of credit to Karen Allen, who returns as Marion Ravenwood. Except in this case, there's Marion, I think her last name is Crow. I could be off a bit there, but whatever. Anyway, I thought she did well for somebody who, as far as I know, basically hasn't really acted in 20 years since Raiders of the Lost Ark. The other thing that really stuck out for me with this movie is that they were respectful of the other 3. Not only do they fill in the missing 20 years between Last Crusade and Kingdom, but they also do reference... I was surprised they only referenced Raiders of the Lost Ark, really, but at the same time, it was cool that they did that. In the opening action sequence in the military warehouse, for instance, keep an eye out for the actual Ark of the Covenant. Apparently, after 20 years, it's done being investigated and examined by top men. Top men. And if you've seen Raiders, that will make sense. If you haven't seen it, hit the stop button, go see Raiders, then come back. But, yeah, I would definitely say, if you're an Indiana Jones fan, absolutely go see it. It ties things up. I'm not... If they continue the series, I'm not too sure about Shia LaBeouf. the man pulls off Transformers and then Indiana Jones, and so I gotta give him his due. If nothing else, the man knows how to hire a good agent. But if they keep his character of Indiana Jones' son, Harrison Ford needs to at least have a guest role in the next movie, and for the love of all that is good and holy, could we please get the damn comb away from Shia's character. I didn't mind the pocket knife because, you know, Indy's got the whip. Shia's character, you gotta have something. But that stupid comb, I swear, every 5 minutes he's going like this. And I'm kind of left going, you're a 50s greaser character, we get it. Please stop. Please. But, like I said, it was a fun movie. I would definitely say go see it. It's not a oh my god, this has been 20 years in the making, it's going to be absolutely amazing, it'll be the greatest moment of my life movie, but with Indiana Jones, like, it should be fun, and just fun, and it has the requirements, the action, the story, the painfully obvious blue screen even, and even just have yourself some fun just watching for those scenes, because they're so obvious. Less excusable than the previous 3 movies because, you know, 20 years of advancements in special effects, but hey, whatever. But otherwise, yeah, again, good movie. I would definitely say go see it. And if anybody's wondering, I'm checking my watch to just see how long I've been recording for, so I don't have to edit and chop and otherwise make sure that there's no more really obvious edits. As funny as they were in the pilot episode there last week, I'd rather not do that again. So obviously I'm still working on some stuff, but you know, I'll have it figured out eventually. So anyway, as far as next week goes, I'm a huge wrestling fan. I absolutely love John Cena. This is a guy, like, he's having fun with what he does, and no matter what kind of performer you are, when you're clearly having fun and enjoying yourself, I can respect you for that. And like I said, I thoroughly enjoy that. He used to have a segment on WWE.com called 5 Questions with the Champ, and in honor of that, next week I'd really like to do 5 Questions with the Mikeness. Here's the thing though. The Mikeness needs you to send in questions. I don't care what they're about. I don't care what the subject is. Even if I haven't got 2 sweet clues what in the blue hell I'm talking about, I will answer them. It's just I need questions from more than one person. Otherwise, there's no real point in doing it. And yeah, other than that, please send them in. I will post my email address at the end of the show, as I've always done. So I think I will close with a really bad David Caruso impression just because it'll be a fun sign-off. So I will see you next week.
This has been a Monkey See, Monkey Do production in association with the Thug Monkey Multimedia Group.